My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire. We are going to be going in on Ascension 20 on the Silent. Still got the Ascension 20 for the Silent and the Defect to complete, and then after that, all bets are off. Okay, if I go on this left side, I can get 2 upgrades, a bunch of question marks, 2 elites. The later elite has the fire on them. I don't know about that. Could also, like, make a safer path, get a shop instead of an elite, get 3 rests, a shop, and a very late elite. Actually, well, I can go here and then decide afterwards which I feel more comfortable doing. Let's get a random record. Last knife, nice. That's actually like a huge push in the direction of... One sec. Huge push in the direction of going for the elites, because it's a lot of damage. Especially because I have the ability to upgrade it before I go for my first elite. So I don't know, it could be the reason we do that. If I don't have to take any damage this turn, I won't. So, stalled out that fight for a little longer than I wanted to. Dash, Infinite Blades. Both Dash and Infinite Blades are cards that I really like. Infinite Blades overall. Dash I really like for the early elites, in particular. Who's my boss this floor? Hexaghost. Dash falls off a lot faster than Infinite Blades does, is the problem. Good last fight right there. Expertise, prepared, and outmaneuver. No thank you. Not taking a Curse of Doubt. Not a great opening hand there. At the very least, we might have Survivor in our next. And we do. Yep, just 1 short on lethal and 1 short of being able to perfectly block, so... Worst of both worlds there. Fair in a bottle. When you would die, heal to 10% of your max HP and discard this potion. As well as Dagger Spray. Do I want to take a Dagger Spray? Gives me a little bit of AoE. I think I have to take the first AoE I'm offered here. Upgrade a card. Sure. Glass Knife. Upgrade another card. Get the Neutralize upgraded. Alright, I think I do go to the left and start going for elites here. My only goal here is to get Infinite Blades out before I start attacking. Sure. I like opening up with Glass Knife. And I knew the next hand was probably going to be primarily defensive anyway. Glass Knife is still in the deck. Get 1 more usage of it. And now things get really harsh with the -2 strength and -2 dex. I'm 1 short on being able to kill this turn. That's rough. Alright. Meat on the Bone. If your HP is added below 50% at the end of combat, heal for 12 HP, as well as Endless Agony, just for some extra damage in the deck? Yes, but I do need some extra defense at some point as well. Get the Dagger Spray upgraded, because there's a 50-50 the next boss fight. Elite fight, rather. Pair? Raise your max HP by 10, sure. 50-50 the next elite fight is against the Sentinels, but it's perfect for this as well. Liquid Bronze, Flechette, Slice, Sneaky Strike. Slice is garbage in this deck, so is Flechette. Sneaky Strike as well. Footwork. You see a footwork, you take a footwork is the thing about footworks. So we'll take a footwork and then remove probably a basic strike. Okay. We've just gone past our neutralize there as well, so we know the deck doesn't get much better than this deeper down. Vulnerable this upcoming turn as well. 27 incoming. At least I heal the 12 leaving this fight. Darkstone Periapt, whenever you obtain a curse, increase your max HP by 6, as well as Bafflip. I kind of want to go for the extra elite. The ability to bring myself back to life with the Fairy in a Bottle and the cards that we have currently, and the fact that I heal with the meat on the bone at the end of that combat makes me feel a little bit more gung-ho about going for it. Singing Bowl. When adding cards to your deck, you may raise your max HP by 2 instead. Huh. What an interesting card. Basically, how soon can I get to my dagger spray, right? It's the game we're playing. Ooh. I can't pass up Blast Knife there. It's too much damage. Okay. Now, can I kill the Sentry this turn with all of my damage? 10... 12, no. Just short. So that means I die this turn, healing back up with the Fairy in a Bottle to 10% of my max HP, so that's 7. And then I'll heal 12 at the end of this combat as well. Double strike the front line would be probably our best play here. Oh no, Shiv strike the front line, then Last Knife for the kill. Wallbank. Whenever you climb a floor, gain 12 gold. No longer works when you spend any gold at a shop, as well as a backstab. Right. Footwork needs to be upgraded. And I will be using the Liquid Bronze in this combat. We even get Neutralize and Footwork out on turn 1. Both of those are great. Drew a single defend. That's more than enough for me, actually. Take the Infinite Blades as 4 damage a turn. Not a good turn, drawing both of those burns in particular. Those are the only 2 burns in the deck by that point. We managed to get both of them. I do need to keep the aggression up, otherwise we do just end up dying. I fear we're still not gonna live through this one. That's okay. It happens. Ow. It's not like we had a bunch of defensive pickups there that we ignored. Dash is probably the most primary, kind of most powerful defensive option that we ignored there. Enemies in S3 combats have 1 HP. That could get me 1 elite. It's very likely to get me 1 elite. It could get me 2. I'll take it. Blur, sure. Just as a defense. Really? Don't give me another question mark fight before the elite. Predator is really good for elites. I'll take that. Literally just some early power for us. Well-laid plans. No, I can't take the Graffinelli anyway. All-out attack provides a little bit of AoE. Deck still does need that. Heal 17. This actually only heals me for 7. No, not worth it. Mine of the Sentries. Hello to the Kunai. Every time we play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 dex. Well, but you already know what we want to do with this deck now. And that is going to be get a bunch of Shivs into it. Also going to upgrade the all-out attack because AoE is very important. We've seen that recently. Remove a single attack from the deck at this point, happily. We're on Scales. The start of each combat gain 3 thorns. Great. Well, here's Blade Dance, and I can't take it, unfortunately. Didn't know this was going to be a shop, though, so... Not a great amount I could have done about that. Good fight. Line plan. Slice is a cheap attack for the sake of kunai. At least until I get these shivs. So I get to draw 2 extra cards this turn. I will actually play a survivor and then all-out attack afterwards. Very hopeful that we get pretty reasonable block here, which we don't. It's fine. Gearing up to try and kill by the next turn. And that'll get that done. Beautiful. Pantograph at the start of boss combats, heal for 25 HP. Very, very, very neat. Nightmare duplicating something could be okay, but I don't have any good target for it right now. Flechette should be okay overall, but I have to wait until I have some usable cards for it in the deck. I'm gonna Smith Predator, literally just to add some damage to the deck, and then try and duck into this extra elite. Alright. I wanted to play that extra attack, I think, but fine, I guess I'll defend. Okay. Predator is enough to kill the frontliner now, but does nothing against the person that's actually attacking. I mean, overall, this is fine. It looks like we're still going to get a pretty good turn. Hell, it looks like we're still going to get a pretty good combat out of all of this. It's okay. Warpaint, a pumping upgrade to random skills. Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger gets upgraded with Warpaint? No, it doesn't, but the Blur does. Regen Potion. Probably more important than the Ancient Potion for us right now. And then we'll upgrade Cloak and Dagger so that it gets us 2 shivs. Very important. Ideally, I don't need to use my Regen Potion this combat, but if I have to, then I have to, and I have no qualms about doing it. The Thorns on us are actually going to deal a significant amount of damage this combat, surprisingly enough. Predator and Blur. I would have otherwise all-out attacked, but there was no way to do that while guaranteeing I can also throw the Predator. Good. A Leg Sweep or a Crippling Cloud would be an absolute godsend at this point. Obviously, that should have been all-out attack. That's my bad. As soon as I went back to try and second-guess that decision, I ran out of time. A couple more copies of Blur would be really good for the deck as well. Most turns, we get a Dex up, which is obviously incredible for us. I could play the Predator there, but extra point of Dex, yo. Woo! This whole extra point of Dex build is real good. Kunai and Shuriken are just incredible. So damn impactful to get early on. The enemy on the ground, and then I'll just defend and let them attack me this turn, probably. Good hit, bud. After image, Storm of Steel and Glass Knife. Storm of Steel does give us more shivs to play for the kunai, but again, it has the same problem of I have to have a pretty large hand so that the Storm of Steel is actually super impactful, because they're very small attacks, and I can't defend after playing Storm of Steel, so it's bad on those respects. After Image is another option here. We could also just take the Glass Knife as straight up damage. I think After Image is pretty good to help me block while I'm still trying to gain my dex. The unfortunate thing here is that extra energy is the most important thing for me. But having too few cards to choose from is going to make it real rough. Just real rough for me to pick up all of the shivs that I'm looking for. So ideally, I'm looking for paths with multiple merchants, of which there are none. Okay, that's kind of... well, it happens. Alright, fine. I'll start using the regen potion, sure. I'm not using that regen potion because I'll be in this fight for ages. I'm using it specifically because I have all of my potion slots filled, so... time to get rid of one of them. Ancient potion, yeah. This isn't good. Alright, Caltrops is pretty good as dealing damage once we have all of our decks. I'll take Caltrops and I'll take Backflip. Okay, well now you see why Caltrops is such a good pickup. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't even take any damage. Hell yeah. Well laid plans. No, not with this deck currently. Sweet. So I take this fight literally just to try and loot from these. I did not think this was the case, but you have -4 dex on Ascension 20. Okay. Well, now I know that. It's a hard-fought lesson, friend. Should play the After Image at the start of that. Oh well. Red Mask at the start of each combat, apply 1 weak to all enemies. Is a great pickup for us. It's why I did that combat in particular. Just so that I would have access to applying a weaken to all my enemies at the start of each combat. Hell of a lot of block going this turn. Caltrops does need an upgrade as well. I'm worried that I should upgrade in the next space. Look, if that's the best I can do, that's the best I can do. Got the target down at the very least, so can't have been that bad. Can I please find some more shivs though? Just kind of keen to get into that whole shiv business. I probably have to dodge the next elite, right? Because unless it's Book of Stabbing, I'm dead. Caltrops is so much of our damage that if it's not upgraded, I don't know what we do. I think I dodged this elite, but I have to go for these two because I want those two upgrades. At the very least, I want those two rests. Mm-hmm. So I'm going Predator Strike on that back line. Okay, I can drop the bird to the ground next turn if it's desperately needed. Evidently it isn't. Well, now it's suddenly desperately needed. Sorry, bird, but that's way too many hits that you were planning to do. Don't do a hit. Good close out of that fight at the very least. Another blur. Very happy to see it. So this is the fight that previously I was keeping my ancient potion for. But I don't think it's going to be so bad. Okay, it's pretty bad. Ow. Oh, God. Can we not have blurs with the absolute highest cost ever? Yeah, that's bad. That's real bad. Weaken the enemy, removes 6 from them. Defend is like 8. Only weakens them for a turn. Yep. Alright, that shuffle on that turn completely screwed us. Enemy down at least, though. Essence of Steel. No. I can't go for another elite. I desperately want to, but I can't. Modified hand. Whenever you play a power card, a random card in your hand costs 0 for the rest of the turn. Good. Remove a card from the deck. Good. I have to take the curse or I die. And now it's the Snake Plant's time to completely screw me. Good to see you, Snake Plant. I was worried you weren't going to turn up. Try and get some extra block for next turn, just in case the enemy is attacking next turn. They aren't. Great. So I don't get 3 attacks that turn either. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. There we go. At the very least, the enemy was weakened this turn, so we're still alive. Goes to the jar. Okay, gotta get rid of the ancient potion for that then. Piercing Whale's also pretty good. I have to rest in this position. I think I'm now dead because I keep resting. But if I don't rest in these positions, I think I'm definitely dead against the Collector. Okay, probably not as dead as I was thinking. Literally just because... One sec, while I focus on this torch head here. Maybe not as dead as I was thinking, literally just because the pantograph is there and I wasn't accounting for that. Should have been accounting for it, though. So what can I find after this boss fight? Corpse Explosion would be really good. I do need AoE in this deck. I keep saying that. I mean it every time. Good lord. No, I'm not going to throw out Piercing Whale this turn. Enemy could still resummon. Point of Dex. Yeah, I just don't deal damage. So poison, just like any source of poison would be great. Any at all. Otherwise, we're going to start getting to turns like this and just dropping. Hell, we aren't currently on a turn like this, and that was terrifying. As long as I can defend against that front line. And next turn, it dies. Should have actually defended more last turn. I didn't think I had the extra stack of blur, but I did. Alright, Torchhead in the front line dies. Now I should be set up to start hitting the Collector again. The Collector now has plus 20 strength, by the way. Just a fun thing that Collector does. I mean, I don't have to use Piercing Wail, but I do want to get just back to my aggression cards as quickly as possible. There we go. Got one strikeout. Hell yeah. Predator is doing, like, almost all of our damage right now, which is absolutely tragic. If we just had some poison, like Noxious Fumes are deadly poison. A single deadly poison. Got 1,000 cuts I would take. It'd be difficult to find the time to play 1,000 cuts, but I would take it. I can't even kill the backline of this turn. Cool. Good thing I took the Caltrop, because otherwise this deck has nothing. Burst. Burst double playing a Blur, really good. Burst double playing a Cloak and Dagger, really good. Drawing an extra card per turn is pretty big. Eventually, I don't care what the enemy's doing, but at the start, I do. That extra energy is also really big, though. Yeah, because Backflip is a really good card for us. That makes that a lot better. I'm not going to know what the Time Eater is doing, unfortunately. The Time Eater is, like, super non-deterministic. Oh, wow. Okay, there is only one path that fights only one elite. All other paths fight two elites. This is awful. They have to be both attacking on turn one. Just asking for a friend. I need to start building up a bunch of defense, because ideally I just get the Exploder to explode and try and deal 30 damage to me. Yeah, that's this turn, isn't it? Yeah. So it tries to deal 30 damage to me, but I still had a lot of block left over. Still don't have any poison. Really want poison, game. desperately need some poison. No, we kill them far too slow. They'll actually just trash our entire deck. There's no path that fights no elites, so it's worth keeping that in mind. So no elite-free path this floor, which just means we kind of have to suffer. Also, even if I do find the shivs that I'm looking for, I have to use them against the Time Eater. Which is certainly a description of a time that you can have. Alright, 31 damage in a single turn. Can I actually do... Oh my god, I literally can. Literally exactly. Liquid bronze. I do want the extra liquid bronze, but another ghost in the jar turn is pretty big. Dodge and roll. Yeah, dodge and roll is incredible for us. Don't know how I even took a second on that one. Enemy could be debuffing us this turn, but they could also just be attacking. Hopefully they're debuffing. They are debuffing? Good. Now it should be pretty enemy for the difficult to defeat me. What? No, I definitely said that totally correctly with no mistakes at all. It will be pretty enemy for the difficult to defeat me though. So. Well, that's a ghost in the jar turn. Saved myself a pretty ridiculous amount of HP there. How much? Well, I don't know. Just a ridiculous amount. Hell yeah, good turn. So the enemy has turns they do 18 damage, turns they do 25. But we have lethal this time. Beautiful. Potion's a good pickup. Infinite Blades is an extra shiv each hand for the sake of trying to build my decks. Alright. There's another Infinite Blades, so 2. Obviously, Shuriken would be incredible, but I can't take Shuriken, so ignore it. Take Infinite Blades. Do I want Dodge and Roll as well? Yeah, with the amount of decks I'm going to get in the deck, I actually think I take that Dodge and Roll. Burst needs to be upgraded as well. Alright. I do need the Decay removed from the deck as well. That's another thing. Let's burst 2 blurs. We'll also Piercing Wail and throw in a Defend. Unless I draw the AoE. Oh, wow, I did draw the AoE. Not really in the ones that I wanted. So I used the Ghost in a Jar this turn so that the daggers that suicide against me don't deal any damage. And now we should be pretty comfy. Ish. We are, I guess, comfort adjacent. Yeah, only 6 needs to be dealt to that frontliner now. Hell, I get more than 6 a turn. passive. We still don't have any damage for the mainliner. Should have played the burst there, would have given me one more defense. Yep, giant hit there that I can't really do anything about. We didn't have the blurs previously. Oh god. Yeah, this deck just treads water. It's not actually going to be able to do much. Uh-huh. Oh my god, really? Well, there we go. We managed to kill one of the daggers. The other one killed itself against me, and then I took a giant double hit there. Like, a noxious fumes. Just any good source of poison. Not a poison stab. That doesn't count. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Frontliner at least dies, running itself against me. Hey, we actually got another one of the daggers down there. Hell yeah. By Raptomancer. Where's an egg? Whenever you had a power card to your deck upgraded, as well as a upgraded distraction, probably not. Don the red mask for 222 gold. That means we can now go to this shop. Good. Ornamental Fan. Whenever you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block. Very good. Okay, most of the enemies here on turn 1 usually aren't buffing. Sorry, usually are buffing, rather. Go for the Jawworm in the middle, because it has the lowest amount of HP. Buff, and attack. Okay, the attack is better, but those buffs are... Get 10 block this turn. Really? Burst in the only hand that doesn't have any skills in it? Really, though? Like, okay. Sure. Good bellow on that backliner. Thank you. On the frontliner, and then a giant attack. Okay. As long as I can get one of you down, and I can, then I can make myself pretty safe. Beautiful. I just need to rest and avoid fights from here on out, basically, at that point. Should be all that's required. Reflex is garbage for us. Go to another shop, and... Look, there is Blade Dance. Problem is, like, our worst boss past this point is Time Eater. And they're coming up real soon. Every time we play 10 attacks, gain an energy. That's actually really good. Also, the removal of the decay from the deck is huge. Okay, I think I removed the decay. Do I take the strength? I might take Lantern. Now, you know what? I want well-laid plans so I can hold a defend every turn. After I'm fully defended, I just use well-laid plans to hold a defense. I'll take the Lantern and Blade Dance. Do I think I'm even going to have the ability to upgrade it? Because I don't think I do. I'm playing 3 cards in order to achieve not much is difficult. I don't think I take Blade Dance anymore. Going Tesseract. Go for the lowest option. Forethought. Don't care. Really? All right. So the enemy started with 40 damage on turn 1, I think, there. Burst Blur is so monumentally huge here. block at the end of the turn. This one's a wee bit dodge. I think I need to throw the weakness potion right now. Yep, I would have probably died there without the weakness potion. Good thing Yemi's weak this turn as well. Giant hits. Also weak this turn now. Alright, we should be good. Whoa, very close there. Speed potion. Gain 5 decks at the end of your turn. Lose 5 decks. If I had an ancient potion now, I would be so pleased. Enemy's not attacking on turn 1, so I don't have to worry about that. Second turn, they can attack for a giant hit or for a tiny hit. I can't tell which, so I just have to over-defend, just in case. God, I hope it's not a giant hit. That is. I'm resting in the next position, tell you that much. Absolute free right now. Burst, Blur, and the defend. Bursting Blur is one of the biggest things that I can do with this deck. One of the only reasons that Blur was even in contention as a choice. Retain these two. These two. Yeah, I'm pretty scared. I am pretty scared. Let's double up the Cloak and Dagger, then Shiv a bunch, and then double up Blur. Hold these two cards. I mean, with the regularity that we're drawing Blur right now, we're actually totally comfortable. Totally comfy to keep myself invulnerable, but that's not likely to happen in the boss fight. Those can double up my Blur next turn. I mean, if we always have a Burst and a Blur in the same hand, and I can hold them with retained cards, right? Then we should be able to guarantee that we never take damage. After a certain point, at least. Alright. There's the Predator for the Maw. Goodbye. And prepared. No. Okay. Just have to rest here. And then get a little bit more HP as we come into this combat. Early plans, infinite. I kind of want to play Speed Potion just out all of these cards each turn. This turn, rather. Yeah, okay. Speed Potion wasn't necessary that turn. Burst Blur definitely is this turn, though. Unfortunately, Burst does get interrupted. Let's hold Piercing Whale Strike. No, Piercing Whale Dodge and Roll. That's a giant hit there. Not too pleased about it. But After Image, Infinite Blades. 3 attacks. Ugh, one more card would have been desperately necessary. Right, I'm not playing Piercing Whale here. Hopefully No, it's a giant multi-attack. Piercing Wail would have been great there. Saves us only 5 HP, though. So Blur defends, and then I'll hold on to Cloak and Dagger as well as Piercing Wail. Shiv, Shiv, Cloak and Dagger, Shiv, Shiv. 2 more attacks in the Strike, Predator, then Dodge and Roll. That's pretty good. I can always hold Piercing Wail for another turn, and the enemy couldn't do their multi-attack 3 turns in a row there. Something we just had guaranteed from the outset. Piercing Wail defend here. I'm actually also going to hold on to these 2 Shivs. I do need to start playing them out. Let's burst the Blur, and then the backflip. And play 3 more attacks, another point of Dex, get 2 more pickups after that, and the enemy is not on half HP, so they're not going to split yet. But burst the Blur as well. Okay, great. And then burst Cloak and Dagger. Go for as many Shivs as I can get this turn. Perfect. Enemy wants to split at the end of this turn. Basically, my only goal this turn is to set up my next turn as well as I can. So I've got 7 more cards. Probably unlikely to play. Well, actually, never mind. I'm really likely to play 7 cards this turn. So let's do that. Awesome. Hold on to 2 more cards at the very end. There is another Blur in the deck. Hopefully we get it this turn. Without getting the Blur this turn, we're okay. Ugh, life just got a lot worse. Make sure to hold on to 2 pretty powerful defensive cards here. Defends. Defends that as well. This leaves me with 2 cards playable next turn, which is really important just in case I get Blur. Hopefully no attacking this turn. Nope, single giant attack. Rough. Another backflip finds us 4 more playable cards. Yeah, we play out each and every one of those. Lost the enemy. We weakened at the very least that turn, and now we're dead. Yeah, all it took was a turn like this. Wow, burst, dodge and roll, defend, all left in the deck. We managed to draw a strike. Strike, right? Strike, slime, defend, and all-out attack. 4 useless cards. Every other card in here is useful as well, unless I draw burst with the slimes and all-out attack. That's really unfortunate. Yeah. As soon as I saw that was the multi-attack, we were dead. That's really unfortunate. So again, anything that gave us ramping damage, so Shuriken obviously would have won that very early on. Accuracy actually also would have been a nice pickup over time, specifically after we got the 2 Infinite Blades in the deck. It could have been actual extra 10 damage a turn. Another copy of Caltrops would have been really good there as well. Remember, this is only the first boss that we had to fight, right? So it could have gotten worse after that. It wasn't going to. Donu and Decker have determinate turns, so that was going to be really easy to figure out. And the damage from the Awakened one never is going to get much higher than we can defend with our Shivs. It's just the fact that because we have a lot of cards in this deck and still have to play all of the cards, running against the Time Eater means that we have to trigger the Time Eater's ability every single turn, and in doing so, the Time Eater gets so much stronger that it becomes difficult to ever beat, unfortunately. I actually had some hope once we got into that fight that there was a reasonable chance I was going to make it out of it. Bad draw at the very end there, but that deck, you know, really probably shouldn't have made it that far against the Time Eater without a secondary way of dealing damage. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.